welcome to our channel, We Ladies 3. This is going to be a channel that's a booktube channel and a channel that's going to be reviewing board games. Because the three of us have been friends forever and we wanted to share our love of board games and books with you guys. So, we're going to introduce ourselves and then we're going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. Alright, Lauren, you want to start?
Sure, I am Lauren. I mostly read sci-fi fantasy. I don't often go out of that, and I tend to be kind of the chaos master when we're playing the board games. Chelsea.
This is very true. I'm Chelsea. I am the biggest booktube fan on here. I tend to read primarily science fiction and fantasy as well, but I occasionally dabble into some other areas, and I like nonfiction, which has been a new thing for me recently. As far as board games go, I'm easily distracted and I love to collect things. So if I can collect one thing, like arms or sheep, I'm going to be all about that and actually forget the point of the game. Brenda.
I'm Brenda, and there is a theme here. I also like science fiction and fantasy, but I go out of that sometimes just depending on what the book's about. Like right now I'm reading a book about orcas, so that's pretty fun. Whenever it comes to board games, I guess I'm a little bit more on the competitive side than the other two. And I usually get very frustrated with Chelsea because she doesn't seem to recognize that when Lauren's winning, we need to be fighting against her, not each other. So, long story short, I think that's probably me.
Alright, perfect. Well, we decided to do the Booktube Newbie Tag today since that's kind of a staple in the Booktube community for first videos. So I'll be asking the questions and then we'll all answer individually. And we will try not to talk over each other too much.
Yeah, and if you see movement, there's a dog and 3 cats wandering around. So.
Alright, so the first question is, why did we start this channel?
Chelsea's fault.
Yeah, there's crickets playing in the stereo.
So I've always wanted to do a booktube channel. I've actually started a couple, but I've always failed just because I don't have support to continue going forward. So now I brought these two into it. And then Brenda loves to watch channels like Shut Up and Sit Down and things like that. So we decided to add the board game aspect to it as well. And in addition to this channel, we're doing a blog.
Which you can check out. It's via WordPress and it should be available online now.
We will link it in the tag down below. Alright, the second question. What are fun and unique things that we bring to the YouTube community?
Arguments.
Yes, just the interactions between the three of us.
We do have distinctly different personalities, for sure.
I would say that's probably the biggest one that I can think of.
I think so, and I kind of think I haven't seen a lot of channels that combine games and books, so I hope that's something that we can kind of start.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, the third thing is, what are you most excited about for this channel? Cats.
Yes, I think that might have to top the list.
I am looking forward to just sort of the exploration, the discussion. I mean, I think it's something that we normally do already. And so it'll be kind of fun just to get it out there. And then from the board game side of it, I'm just looking forward to playing it. And there's a lot of classic games that I think can be kind of confusing to play if you've never played board games before. So I want to introduce those, but then also some cool new additions. And so I think adding that to the whole booktube, doing different book reviews, talking about books kind of thing, they just go hand in hand. So I'm looking forward to that.
Definitely. I think just combining the books and the board games and being able to have an interesting outlet for the arguments and differences that we have.
Maybe get some of you guys on board with our perspectives.
Just a little bit. Have some people vote so that we can confirm. Chelsea will always have the first turn in the board games.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, just to have fun.
Okay, I pretty much agree with everything they said, and I'm just really excited to be doing some videos because I enjoy public speaking. Alright, and the fourth question, why do you love reading? And this kind of ties into the fifth question as what book or series got you into reading?
Can we skip the fifth question because I don't have a list. I can't comprehend one.
I don't think we have time to go through all of the books
No.
that I don't even remember really starting with. Reading's always been a part of my life. I can't remember when I started.
I think that's true for all of us. We all have just read forever. Our parents read to us as kids, and we just kind of continued on with it. And I think, if I'm correct, all of our love of fantasy and science fiction, since it's our passion now, started in high school.
Oh, no, before that.
I liked it before high school, but I think I started probably expanding into other areas about that time.
Okay,
I think that's probably pretty accurate.
cool. That's when we met each other anyways, and we started being able to swap books.
Yes.
High school was about the time when I actually started venturing into the adult science fiction and fantasy section.
Just about.
Yeah, because YA wasn't much of a thing.
No.
So, all of you who have the nice YA sections, didn't exist.
Nope.
Alright, next one in here, number 6. Well, we never answered number 4. We're going back to number 4. Why do you love reading?
You start. Lauren
Me?
and I have started.
That's
Okay.
great. You start.
So I love reading because it's a way to escape the real world, and it just provides a break. You can kind of immerse yourself in somebody else's life, and I find that I can be really encouraged, even in fiction, to kind of stand up for myself and try to make myself improve when reading a story about someone who's really kick-ass. So
I kind of like being able to go to all of the different worlds and to spend time with these interesting and engaging characters. Being able to have that sort of relationship, even though they're fictional, you get attached to them and you get to want to know what happens next. And I really enjoy that aspect of it.
I think I agree with both of them. I really, whenever I'm looking at books, I'm looking for those characters that are just kind of stand out either in their personalities or just that they make sense as a character. And a lot of times whenever I'm looking at the worlds, I want something that just kind of draws me in, which is why I think even with stuff that is non-fiction, some of that stuff is easier for me to read just because the material that it is, it's not only interesting, but it draws you into a different mindset, into a different world, and it gives you experiences beyond just where you're at. And I also love the creativity. Some of these authors come up with things that you would never even comprehend, and so being able to experience that and to see things from their perspective and just learn about other things that you may not even have known. Like, I know a lot of authors are using mythology whenever it comes to developing their stories, and so some of it's, your classic mythology with Greek or whatever, but some of them start to branch into new areas of mythology that you've never experienced before, so it opens up new cultures and new worlds as well in an accessible way.
awesome. It was very in-depth. She's our scholarly one of the group.
Yes.
Okay. The 6th question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know if you guys really have.
No.
I'm getting them there. But I guess my questions that I would ask my favorite booktubers would be, what is the best editing software that's cheapest? We don't want to spend a lot of money. And what are some of the videos you think are most fun to film? Alright, moving on to question number 7. What challenges do we think will be hardest to overcome doing this channel and blog?
I think getting started is probably going to be the most difficult thing, because I don't know about y'all, but just coming up with ideas and knowing what to do, or even wondering if anyone is going to watch them, not so sure.
I think the other thing that I would kind of add to that is, because all of us work full-time, getting overwhelmed trying to, get everything else that we need to done, and then working on getting new content out there, and, still making this something that, it's something we're doing, and it's something that's fun, but we still have time just to spend together and enjoy. So I think for me, the thing, not necessarily to overcome, but to deal with and maybe plan a little bit more for, is just how much time we're putting into this and how to do it so it's the most efficient way, so that we can, produce content and keep it going without it becoming something completely overwhelming.
Right, which is why we're actually starting off kind of slow. I just will take this opportunity to explain our upload schedule. As far as video goes, we're going to be posting 2 videos a month. The first one is going to be on the first Tuesday, and that's going to be book-related content, and then we will post one on the last Thursday, and that's going to be game-related content. We're starting off very slow because, like Brenda said, we all do have full-time jobs, but it's hopeful that we will increase our video content. And then every Tuesday, there's going to be a new post on our blog. So you can definitely check there for updates, and follow us on Twitter because we'll be posting things on there as well.
Yeah, the Tuesday posts are going to be mostly book-related. And they could be everything from a review to just talking about different book topics. So
lots of discussions, especially from her.
The rumors of my academia have been grossly...
Not at all.
We haven't even started on it.
No.
Oh, God.
All right. Question number 8. When did you start reading? We covered that earlier. We've been reading forever.
Forever.
Question number 9. Where do you most commonly read?
Probably, I goof. That's my dog. I probably read the most, actually, in my room, just because I think my bed's the most comfortable place to read. But after that, I probably get a lot of reading done over lunch at work.
Laura?
Part of my job is picking up kids from school, so I have a solid hour and a half of my day where I'm just sitting and waiting. So that's where I do a lot of my reading, and then at home in the evenings, either in a big comfy chair or on my bed. As long as it's fluffy and comfortable, I'm good.
I do most of my readings on planes. I travel for work, and so I often have several hours every day sitting on an airplane, and that's where I find that I'm most efficient at reading, because there's not a whole lot else to do. All right, and the last question, number 10. What are your favorite kinds of books? And we kind of covered this earlier. I think we could all say science fiction and fantasy, primarily adult.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to go a little bit more in-depth to that, and I kind of explained this earlier, whenever I'm looking at books, again, I'm looking for really good character development, not just like, oh, they've progressed, but like character development that actually makes sense, and world building that makes sense. And then I would also say, which not to the extent that Chelsea does, but I also want some sort of emotional connectivity to the characters where it's, you actually do want to progress, see what happens in the book, instead of it being one of those, like, you just stop caring about the characters and, you just don't really want to finish because whatever happens to them, it's not really that important. So from like a plotline writing sort of standpoint, that's what I look at a little bit more. And then I guess for me, whenever it comes to actually looking for books, whether it's science fiction or fantasy, or something completely different, like a literature or a nonfiction, I'm really looking for something that's kind of unique and different. It's not your stereotypical book that everyone's reading or has been written the exact same way with just completely different character names.
I know, I'm definitely looking for books with strong dialogue and good world building, if I can talk. Interesting and original and everything they've said. Also, accurate grammar. If there's one thing that turns me off a book faster than anything else, it's mistakes with commas or misspelling. Something that
Or
an editor...
details.
Yes.
It's not this video.
But yeah, it has to be well edited and well written.
With me, I want something that I can connect with the characters with. That is my favorite thing. If I can't build an emotional connection, there's no point in reading. I love dialogue-driven books, character-driven books, and witty banter makes my heart warm and happy. So basically anything where you've got a pair of people or a team of people working together that are constantly sparking off of each other, that's what I love.
I guess that explains a lot about our friendship then.
It really
Thank you.
does.
Alright, so that was the Booktube Newbie Tag. That was created by Brenda C, and we will link her original video down below. But it was great getting to introduce ourselves to you guys. Do you guys have any parting words?
I don't think so. I think we've pretty well covered most of what we're going to do.
And if there's something new or weird or unique that's not too weird or unique, that you have suggestions about how we film videos or what we're filming about, we are open to suggestions.
Definitely. Yeah. Please follow our blog and our Twitter, because that's where we will post all of our updates, and you will see any reviews or Goodreads updates that we post there. So it was great